Hi, good morning. I'm Sushil Parajuli.
And I'm Kamal.
We are group number 41. As a second assignment, this is our presentation, and we have the topic a review on General Agreement on Trade and Tariff to WTO, that is GATT to WTO. Before World War II, United States had been a part of international trade. However, it acted as a leader in global trade policy, making only after the Great Depression. But after World War II, there was a formation of General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. The aim of establishing GATT was to make sure that economic and trade environment globally is stable. GATT is one-third of Bretton Woods system and two bodies which are part of their system, the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. Until the creation of WTO, World Trade Organization, the GATT as an international organization played the role of de facto. The final Uruguay round negotiation act resulted in the creation of WTO on 1st January 1995. Until now, there are 146 members of WTO all around the world, and WTO has been really good on its goal attainment. And let's talk a little bit further about the transformation of GATT into WTO. A transformation of GATT to WTO took place because of failure of GATTs, which had a problem with the legal issues, specifically in the field of textile and agriculture sector. In the same way, United States was unable to convince China and Japan to open market with framework of GATT because China and Japan were and still are the strong economy in the world, and for that they had to come to the agreement, and GATT could not bring them to an agreement, and we can say that it was not a success. It was more like a failure, and ultimately the new concept came to World Trade Organization, WTO. In the same way, let's talk about differences between GATT and WTO. Well, GATT was just created by United States, whereas WTO was first formed or say presented by Uruguay. Like GATT didn't have any limitation, whereas WTO has limitation which works to protect the intellectual property. In the same way, let's see an impact of WTO on the global economy. WTO formed limitation and rates placed for real local income of the state, which create great contribution to set up and completed global economic problems. It is more like WTO creates in some sense it creates the job. It creates the job. When there is creation of job in any economy or any country, then there is a mobilization of resources and economic indicators and economic factors, and with that the economic problems of that economy will be reduced, and there will be the proper utilization of the resources. Rest of the part will be dealt by our friend Kamal. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm going to discuss about the rest of the part, and before starting, I want to say that about the impact of World Trade Organization in the global economy. And after this, I'm to go through with the two process. One with the resolution of commercial disputes, and the other one is the evolution of World Trade Organization. And I'm also going to discuss about the conclusion and the summary about this topic. and resolution of commercial dispute, the failure of implementation of the decision made by the members of organization and the result to recompense it with other republic, and it can request the exchange for freedom. But there was a number of reasons behind the unsuccessful, which stopped from the benefit for other subdivisions. There is no hesitation that device for argument resolve have been prolonged in contrast with the specific device. However, it becomes like, especially in salmon in case of taking the example of Australia, the shape matters including Australia has grouped the introduction of the imports of salmon from countries like Canada with the decision of Australia people has intricate the prohibited of all the Canadian salmon goods. So this is the perfect example for to describe this. The choice of process of import of Australia salmon from Canada is like definitely according to the appellate body, originated from that article. So furthermore, I want to discuss about this one, the evolution of World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization evolution was after the failure of GATT. When the GATT failure, then the evolution of World Trade Organization was success. Before, it has also some drawbacks for the business to failure. Some like incapability to context, instability of the emergent and state to permanent creation, marketplace for the progressive state. So it's the drawback for the World Trade Organization, but similarly it has the success part also. In there is actually essential for the world trade, notwithstanding the prevalence the World Trade Organization denies to the movement of overage speculation to the associate state of World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization has highly success to contribute in the global economy, where a different part of the countries were participate. It can be decided that the globalization of the budget after WTO may be conceivable for the developed state that contract with the worldwide economy from a certain and powerful location, but it is prominently for rising countries since of its spectrally in the international economy and jumps profound in the global economy equilibration, trade and the environment. So in addition, GDP is decreasing in a consistent foundation. This does not deny within the religion of financial growth knowledge by numerous rising states that in a modest in all other rising states. It has expanded the crack between South and North. The role played by World Trade Organization in the production of the worldwide economy from slum by the liberation and the growth of the capacity of distant scale. It trains for the advantage of liberally financial states in the international economy. At the conclusion, it looks like the affairs of global organization, particularly those of economic organization and the financial consequences on the third world economics is not just one problem of governments. Instead, it leads to the fluctuation in demand and supply, employment rates and exchange rate. There is vast fluctuation between these. The international economic system becomes unfair as the system is regulated by the industrialized countries for them of benefit in way it makes sure that wealth of the developing nations is continuously depleted and re-entry of its income distribution in assistance of the industrialized nations. Difficult challenges are faced because of the subsequent indicators imposed of the nation and the political condition, where the plan and the practice effort of externalization policy in the area of cooperation in economic groups or in the form of South to South cooperation and facilitate the activity of the local organization and harmonizing the emittent in the worldwide market for defending its interests and reducing the domination in the matter of price of international market and transfer. So we finish our presentation.
That's all for this presentation. Thank you so much.